Hey folks, we're going to go ahead and kick off our rhythm reading series in this third lesson with dotted rhythms and dotted rest values. And we're going to, in this example, just break down what a dotted half note is and what a dotted half note rest is. Now, the first step is to understand that a dot, when we add it in front of a note, adds half that note's value to it. I'll say that again. When we have a dot and we put it in front of a note, we're adding half the value of that note to that note. So we'll start here with a dotted half note. This is literally a half note plus half its value, with this half note here representing 2 quarter notes, and then the dot representing half that, just 1 quarter note. This gives us a total of 3 quarter notes. So we're not going to re-articulate each of these quarter notes. We're not going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to sustain our voice through the duration of this dotted half note. I'll go ahead and do the time by doing this with my fingers. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to sustain our voice through that. 1. Now, if we happen to have this dotted half note on beat 1 as our starting point, we're going to articulate the first note and then sustain through the next notes. So because this is 3 quarter notes and it starts on beat 1, it's going to start on beat 1 and then go through beats 2 and 3. That's a total of 1, 2, 3 quarter notes that we're sustaining through. So we would count it as such. 1. In context, I'm going to do the first measure. 1, 4. Because we have a quarter note on beat 4, I'm going to re-articulate. Now we can have a dotted half note also start on another place in the measure. In a measure of 4/4, if we're dealing with a combination of quarter notes and dotted half notes, there's really only 2 options. Start with a dotted half note on beat 1, end with a quarter note on beat 4. Option 2 is start with a quarter note on beat 1. That only gives us 3 remaining quarter notes in which this dotted half note can occupy. So the second measure here would sound like this. 1, 2. Notice how I sustained through beats 3 and 4 and started on 2, giving me those 3 beats. If we do the whole thing in context, it would sound like this. Again, follow my fingers as they're going to be giving the count, and I'm going to be using my voice to sustain through the dotted half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4, 1, 2. Now we have an equivalent rest value to this dotted half note, which is simply called a dotted half rest. And it's the same exact principle. Instead of dealing with 2 quarter notes plus half that value, 1 quarter note, to give us the duration of 3 quarter notes sustained with a dotted half note, we're going to have 2 quarter notes worth of rest plus half that, which is 1 quarter note. Combine all that for 3 quarter notes of rest. And so up here above the staff, I have the rest equivalent to the dotted half that we see for the notated example we just counted through. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Remember that I'm going to be counting but not vocalizing during the rests, and I'm only going to vocalize the notes. Rests are silence, notes are sound. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 1,